Hi, brothers and sisters. Praise the Lord. I had a dream last night I want to share with you. Um, let's see, where do I even start? So, in my previous video, I mentioned I had this dream not that long ago, and I was in a hotel room, and the wall fell down, and behind that wall was turquoise colored walls and some military plaques and a military jacket. Um, Hold on. Okay, sorry. My brain is like, I've been researching all this stuff today. So, and then my husband came in and said, I said, look at the turquoise walls. And he said, turquoise is the color of war. And so I've been hearing people say Russia wears the light blue uniforms or whatever. But turquoise represents Turkey, and Turkey, they wear these turquoise berets on their heads. As you can see, there's many pictures of them wearing these turquoise colors berets. And Russia and Turkey are allies. They have peace deals between them for a long time, decades and decades. And they sell oil to Russia. They have deals with that too. So, anyway, I happened to run across this article when I was looking for a picture. It's Turkish NATO soldiers seek asylum in Germany. Several dozen Turkish soldiers assigned to NATO have sought asylum in Germany. And this is what popped out to me too, because I heard an audible, the Lord spoke to me and said, Heidi is the name of the next bowl to be poured out. Well, we know the bowls are the bowls of wrath. And a media report said Saturday they fear jail and possibly torture if returning to home. Around 43,000 people are under arrest in Turkey on charges or links to last year's failed military coup against President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. They worship Erdogan over there like a god. About 40 Turkish troops, mostly of high rank and stationed in NATO bases, applied for asylum in Germany. Der Spiegel magazine and the Ard television station said in a joint report. One officer who insisted he had no connection to the coup attempt or sympathy for those behind it was quoted as saying, "If I return to Turkey, I risk imprisonment or perhaps torture." So Turkey has been vital to the European Union plans to stop the mass flow of migrants from the Middle East and Africa into the bloc, especially to Germany. Angela Merkel is planning to visit Turkey, on February 2nd. So, yeah, so there's all these connections over there. Around 3 million Turkish people live in Germany. So, yeah, there's some connections right there. And when that brother said he had heard audible before he woke up about a bomb and Russia's going to bomb Israel, a lot of people think Russia is for Israel, but they're in bed with Iraq. And it's interesting too. I mean, this article came out January 28th, 2017, and this is about the times I started having a lot of these dreams about Putin having this woman bound in a barn, and he promised a samurai guy came along and promised to free her, and the samurai, he had like a military old military samurai armor on. It kind of reminded me of like the Ottoman Empire, which is Turkey. Or it could be, I'm not completely sure what it represents, but he came along and promised to free her, but she had to she was drinking out of this bowl first. And as she was drinking out of the bowl, he bit her on the back of the neck, and she turned into like this Dracula thing, just like him. He took his helmet off and bit her on the back of the neck, and they were both like these Draculas. And Putin came back and seen what had happened and was very, very upset. So just a lot of things the Lord has showed me about, making deals and who's with who and war, and that's coming upon America, and so I'm going to tell you this dream that I had last night. I was in this bathroom with my cousin. Now, I've had a lot of references to Adelheide in Australia, and when I heard the name of the next bowl to be poured out is Heidi. Okay, Heidi is German. It's a German name, and it means Adelheide. It's short for Adelheide, which is German. And there's also a city in southern Australia called Adelheide, which is actually connected. It was named after a queen, I guess, of England, British or something. I don't know. But so I'm in this bathroom with my cousin, and her name is Alicia, and we are cousins by marriage. I haven't really talked to her in a long, long time. That's the other part of the family and by marriage. So, Alicia means peaceful ruler, but it also means Adelheide. And we were getting ready to go to like a dance or some kind of a graduation prom at a school. And, she was showering, I was showering, we were taking turns, drying, curling our hair, getting our dresses on, getting our just looking really nice. I had this glittery white and gold prom dress on with these like gold glittery shoes on, and so we left, and we pulled up to the school or wherever. It was actually my old high school gym. They were having like this prom dance celebration in there, and I believe this all symbolizes rapture. And and then so when we pulled up, I said, "Oh, I can't go in." Because I looked down and I realized my legs weren't shaved. So I said, "I can't go in. I have to go back and shave my legs. I can't do it." I was scared. And so here's my flesh taking over, right? So then I ended up back at the place, and I walked in. It wasn't my house. I don't know whose house it was, but we were getting ready there. And I walked in, and there were military soldiers, and they were Middle East, like Muslim or Iraqi, I don't know, military soldiers. And they were occupying the house. They were all in there sitting around, and they were jerks, because I remember feeling scared. I had to kind of sweet talk them so they wouldn't hurt me, to kind of let me back in. So anyway, I got past them and I walked down the hallway into the bathroom, and I remember looking, and all of our stuff wasn't out, because when we left all our stuff out, like curling irons, and, there was makeup and just stuff everywhere. We were in a hurry, and all of that was gone. I was looking around. I was like, nothing's here that it was before. So I believe that symbolized the rapture. Everything, everything's gone. There's nothing left. And that was the end of that dream. But there were soldiers there. It seemed like the rapture happened, and then there were soldiers there, and they were Muslim or Middle Eastern military soldiers. And so I was thinking about that, and that's how I got back on turquoise is the color of war, and connecting it with Russia. And, we're not too great with Russia right now. Trump has pretty much not tried to do anything with that. He's just with Israel. So we're with Israel, and the Muslims are with Russia. And so all that makes perfect sense. And when I had that dream about war is coming, get prepared, and then a great earthquake will happen, I looked down. I was hovering over the coast, and I seen it in rubble. It was just destroyed. And there was a Middle Eastern soldier, and he was screaming at somebody. He was screaming past me, looking past me, and yelling at somebody. And so I was just trying to make sense, like with the Putin dream, with the woman locked in the barn. She was drinking out of a bowl, and then the name of one of the bowls is Heidi. And let's see, I forget what that was, what I associate. Oh, that's associated with war. And then I heard the name of the next bowl is Agnes. And Agnes is Hebrew, means Hadassah. We know what Hadassah did. And it translates to a vertical fault in the crust of the earth and a blue star. So we know that's like the blue Kachina. That's when the meteors were going to be falling from the sky, the fireballs and earthquake. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys and try to get just a better perspective of what's going on, what's taking place, what's the Lord trying to show us. And I believe that this is going to be happening very soon, because when in my recent dreams about the bear or Russia, it's been in the snow. It's been very, very cold. Like one of my recent dreams, I was in Canada. It was either Canada or Alaska. I believe it was probably Canada, but people were putting layers and layers and layers of clothing on, and they just were not prepared. I remember thinking the snow was so high, and I remember thinking there's no way they're going to be able to keep warm. First off, you couldn't even get to the trees. The snow was going all the way up to the top of these fir trees. And I panned out to the coast in my dream, and I could see a ship out there, and it was like a rescue ship. And I kept thinking, is that a FEMA ship? But Jesus is so close to coming back, you guys. I mean, and I've heard people say, when the bombs drop, we go up. When the war starts, we're out of here. We go. And, I search back. I try to find some of my old notepads, and for some reason I can't find my very first one, but it had most of my audibles in there from the Lord. And the more, like all my Heidi ones, there was more names of bulls after that. There was Heidi, Agnes, and I can't remember. I'm looking through this book here, but Alicia. I was remembering that Diana Oliveri actually said Alicia will fall from the sky. And I remember that, and I was like, wow, the Lord named one for her too. So I started looking up that name, Alicia, and at the time I got something a little different, but I didn't realize that it's actually German in German it means Adelaide or Adelheide. So Jesus, the war is coming, and Jesus is coming very, very soon. We just need to keep staying in prayer, you guys. Keep watching. Don't lose hope. And everybody you come across, your friends, your family, or strangers out in town, just tell them, we're in the last minutes, It's like 1 minute to nuclear war. And Jesus is coming. He's, give your life to Christ, because this stuff's real. You can't make this stuff up. I mean, there's just so much more. I could probably fill like a 2-hour video with all the things, just looking back on the dreams and the older dreams and the recent ones, and talking about other people's dreams and other confirmations that the Lord has given to them. And, we're all trying to fill them in like pieces of a puzzle. But anyway, you guys, I love you guys, and I hope you're having a blessed day. Amen.